Aldi, trying to get some groceries since we have nothing to eat. I'm sure you know how it is when you've been on vacation for a week. There's nothing. So we left yesterday morning, Utah time. We left the hotel at 5:15. So I got up at 4:15 to get my last minute things packed. We got home last night at 6. Sorry, I just splashed coffee all up in my nose. We got home, I think at 6:30, 7 o'clock, our time. We didn't fall asleep until around midnight because it was only 10 o'clock our body time. I know this is confusing. Utah time compared to us is 2 hours difference. Now we're 2 hours ahead. Before we were 2 hours behind. I had to have Rob at the airport today at 5:45. He's already in Houston. He was home less than 12 hours and he's in Houston already. That poor guy has got to be exhausted. So it's just Bailey and I all week. I would love to take a nap today. I just don't think it's going to happen because when you're gone for a week, everything just gets pushed off. So I already took care. The bug guys came over today and sprayed for the bugs. Oh, speaking of bug, he's doing well. He enjoyed his little time with our dog sitters. So that was good. He was so happy to see us last night. And so were the deer. The deer were there when we got home, and they must have slept in our yard because they were in the same spot this morning. So, but on today's agenda, I'm going to finish grocery shopping and I'm going to go home and get some stuff done. I did order some things that are coming in this week, some new rugs that I'll be sharing with you, and some bedding. This week my goal is to find paint, buy some paint samples and just start painting it all over the house. I do have our handyman guy that does a lot of work on our house the work that we don't do. He's coming over to give me an estimate on painting the ceilings, getting the lights, the new chandeliers put in. So now it's starting to get really exciting, and it felt so good just to come home and sleep in our own bedroom, in our own house. It was nice. All right, I'm back. The groceries are put away. I'm planning to make, what am I making? Homemade Salisbury steak in the crock pot with mashed potatoes. That sounds good. But I'm trying to get some things from the garage into the house, kind of like doing so many boxes I can, undoing boxes, but these aren't boxes. These are just things laying out there. I wanted to show you a couple things that I got from my dad's estate sale. I kind of snuck. We were able to take what we wanted. So this is when I got back the night before the estate sale. We all went through things again, and these are some things that we found. Well, first of all, this, I have to clean it up, but this is my mom's recipe box. I don't want to look at it right now because I think I'll be a little bit emotional. But a lot of these recipes are things that she used to make. So we'll put that to the side. These were the things that were laying out on the tables. And I grabbed these. These were old gutter guards, and I thought how cute this would be in maybe a plant outside or even a plant inside, one that could be viney. I'll figure something out for these. I'm not quite sure, but I got 2 of those. I don't even remember what I grabbed. Oh, this is almost a, what do I want to call it? A vintage little pot. I got 2 of those, and those had lids. The lid looks like this. I thought those were cute. I grabbed this. I thought this would be cute by the garage door. If I could put little hooks here and we could use this to hang our keys. I need to see if maybe there's not even room. I think maybe up here it would be cute with some other pictures, but that's the garage door. And I thought that would be cute there because we're always misplacing our keys. I also got this. These kind of gross me out. I think these are old spittoons. I just don't like spit. Even when I was a nurse, I didn't like trachs or anything like that. Spit. and I didn't like eyes or nails. But anyway, I grabbed this. I thought it was cute. These were some of my mom's Santas, and one of these, I'm gonna try not to cry, she wrote Deb on the bottom. Apparently I was supposed to get this at some point. I thought these were cute, just little Santa figurines. And then I have several of these. These are old vintage flower pots, and it's kind of a matte finish. I think I've got 4 of these, but I'd like to collect more of them. I just think they're really cool. I also grabbed this gigantic crock. Whoop! Well, hello there. This crock. I like this. And finally, the story behind this. My dad made this years and years ago. I remember this so vividly. I forgot about it, but when I walked into one of the sheds, it was hanging. It was the only thing left in the shed. It was almost like, you better take this home. So I grabbed it. I just think it's cute because you can tell it's homemade, and he made it. So I had to grab it. I'll show you where we left off. Well, I left off in my office. This is what I've unpacked so far. I still have a lot to unpack, but my reason for this is I want to see everything that I have, because I used to have that in one spot. I'd have those bowls in another, that bowl in another, and I could never get them together. So I'm going to put them all together, and then if bowls go in that cabinet, whatever bowl is left over will go in the bottom. So it's going to be more organized than what it was before. I've unboxed probably, I think I've opened 10 boxes. I'm on my last one, and every time I open this type of box, I hold my breath because I've already broken a couple. But I always shake it a little bit, just a little bit, to see if I hear any rattling, and I didn't. So let's take a peek to make sure I haven't broken any bowls. I already cut it open. Oh, I hold my breath because the last thing I want to do is break any of these bowls. So far, so good. So far, so good. Keep going. Keep going. I haven't found my green bowls yet, which they've got to be somewhere. Okay, I think they made it out unscathed. I had 2 things that I did not want to break. 2, and they did not. They are in perfect condition. This was number 1. I absolutely love this guy, and I love this. It's like a ceramic stopper. Sorry about that. And the other one is, I about fell. The second thing is this. I found this at the Red Collection maybe 3 months ago. This is one of my favorite pieces, and it's in perfect condition. So I am going to carefully step back out of this room so I don't wipe out. I think I have maybe 20 more boxes to go through, and then I can start putting this stuff away. All right, I just got home from the dentist and other things. Unboxed some boxes, 3 or 4 more, found some green bowls and some more bowls. Everything was in perfect condition. So now I'm going to make dinner. I did not have time to do it the proper way in the crock pot, so it's gonna have to be on the stovetop. I think that will work. I think it will. I'll share the recipe if it's good. Also, What I wanted to say too is there are so many projects that I want to do, but I found my first one. I have a first project. One of many, 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 many. At our old house, I installed a keyless entry pad. It was the best thing, in my opinion, since sliced bread. It was, because it made our lives very simple. If people that we knew were coming over and we weren't home, we would just give them the code and they would come in. Family members got the code. Kiddos got the code, and we could change it whenever we wanted. So that's what I'm going to do again in the kitchen and in the garage. And you might be asking, why do you want to put one in the garage? Well, I'm just doing it. My fear is that you won't be able to get into one door and then it's tough luck. So I am going to change both of them to entry pads so you can just come in. And I'm also going to change it to a different doorknob because it has to be a passage doorknob. It can't be a doorknob with a key, or that defeats the whole purpose of having a keyless entry. Honestly, my fear is when we get our garage empty enough that we can start parking in here, we don't have the key to the garage door. And then you have to walk around to the side door. And I would rather just have 2 keyless entries in both spots with the same code. You can just pop it in and come in. I'm also changing the doorknob. Instead of one of these, I'm doing a handle like this. Because if you have your hands full and you've got a keyless entry, it's so easy to just, that way, instead of turning your whole, like you can even use your arm to get that going, to open it up. So that's the first project. But before I do that, let me show you what needs to be done. First, I need to paint the door, and I think I'm gonna do pure white again. That's what I used on all of the trim and the doors in the old house. But also, this has got to go. It has to go. It's too chunky for me. I'd rather have some type of see-through curtain or something. And you have to realize you can't, no one can see in here anywhere unless you come up all the way from our lane, which is right there, and you drive all the way down. And we're getting little cameras that I will be sharing that are wireless and they're solar. And we're going to get those on our house. So we'll know exactly who is standing right there. Plus, we have these all over. And I know they're for privacy, but I just think they're so dark. Give me a second. So look at this corner now. And then without it, it just looks so much better. It really, really does. So those will be going, and we have them here and here. I'm going to replace those with the ones that I had in the old kitchen. And also, sorry, the kitchen is a mess. I'm also going to remove that one and the ones in there. They're all over, and I'll show you why. This is our sunroom right off of the kitchen, and they have these shades in here. So when you have these shades pulled down, there's no reason to have these pulled down because you can't see in. So all of those are going, and that way it will make that room lighter, and it will make this lighter too, because I don't even know if this can work. Well, anyway, you get the idea. So here shortly, I will share exactly which keypad I got. I wanted a gold, kind of a brassy, polished brass color, but they don't make those. So I had to go with a black with a polished brass trim, and then I went with a polished brass doorknob. door handle. So come on, Stinky, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, Bug, out so Mom can shut the door. This is his favorite pastime, coming here and just, he's able to look out and see the mess outside and the mess in here. This will look better this weekend. I showed you this earlier, and I really haven't looked in here. I haven't even opened it because it was in my dad's house and my sister gave it to me. And right now is the first time I'm actually opening it to look at it. I pulled out the very first recipe. First one out of the stack. First one. Salisbury steak.